Yes, 1795, good luck. So we've not played before, no head-to-head score there. Opponent, 17,000 games of rapid, very impressive. Let's just put the bishop on the diagonal. Okay, plays knight forward. Let's just directly challenge for the center then. Okay, I'm going to play c4, so we just transpose to a normal d4 opening. Very common with the knight f3 reti opening. Wait, that's not common. What's he trying to do here? Is he wanting to go this side? Okay, let's take the pawn and see how he wants to set the structure. So he's gone with the knight. Bit unusual, this. Bit unusual. So let's just take then. If he goes with the queen, I can play knight forward. I don't think he will, though. This is a bit unusual what he's done here. So bishop up, down, in, down, and the bishop gets trapped. Okay. Let's just play a rook across, preparing a center push. I'm still looking at e3. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to get the bishop into the game. So let's do something like this. Very odd playing a pawn structure like this, so really odd. So I'm still looking at e3. Bishop here is still a candidate move though. So I don't want to get trapped. Well, let's do it though. Let's just see how he reacts. Does he push forward? He doesn't. And now I can then step up then. Just a simple threat there. He's got a square for the king. h4 might be a move. I think I've got rook across here as well. Now if the knight moves, I just take the pawn. So the knight can't move, at least not on this move. Yeah, he has indeed done that. So if I go forward here, he just plays f6 and I get trapped. So is there any trick? I don't see it. Take, take, check. I don't see the benefit of that. So I'm going to drop back. He'll play f5. And then I need to move my queen, but I do have a check. Oh, maybe I take, take, and check. Is that a move now? Can we take here? Let's look at that. So if I gain a knight, lose a rook, I throw a check in. You can't block it, and I take the bishop, and it gives my bishop a square here, right? So I think that's a move. So I'm going to take. So check and hit the bishop with a triangle. But it gives my bishop a escape path should f5 and f4 come quickly. And f5 I'm going to take here, but f5 now I can jump the knight forward. And if the knight moves, I then hit the d pawn. So that's exactly what he's done. So I think I should just play knight up here. Pawn down. Not worried too much, but knight up I create this attack, don't I? Yeah, I'm going to come up here. I can always check with a queen and force the queen off the board. And here I think I can then ignore it. Drop the bishop back somewhere, probably to d2, and allow takes, takes. I've just got to be prepared to guard. So he's taken first, so I'll capture back. I'm still hitting the pawn twice. Okay, so I can take it with a check. I can check here first. Here, take. Yeah, that must be right. Check here, check back. Check here and then collect, but my bishop is loose, so but I don't have to take this. It's got to be right to go after these pawns first, I think. So check. Now I can check here or here. Does it matter? Maybe. I can just move the bishop forward actually now, and I guard here, and I'm threatening to push. That looks strong, doesn't it? I've got bishop here as well, threatening to just come in, but I don't want to give my bishop up, so I'm going here. Forward now, maybe drop back. Yeah, he's not using any time at all here, is he? He's not using any time whatsoever. It's a bit unusual. It's a little bit unusual. But let's play bishop up and threaten checkmate. Yeah, it's very odd how he's played this. It's very, very odd, this. It's a very dangerous position he's created, but using no time whatsoever. So queen up actually allows bishop up, and he'll have to block with a rook. But there's no other way to get through, is there? Check, you can block, check, here, check. Don't like that, but I've got check here. you have to block. So we're going to get at least an exchange. Probably you've got to block with a rook. But we can check and just trade everything off here. Right, now I could take, queen takes and take the pawn and then take the other pawn. And that's got to be winning. But it keeps the queen on the board. Now I can check here. You can't move the rook, it's pinned. So if you go this way, we simply take the rook for free. If you go this way, take, take, take. If you take here, we can then collect here. But if I leave the queen on, just take, take, I can check. And if you move next move, say, I can just take here. But the queen's on the board, so it's a bit more risk, but all the pawns have gone. Maybe he just crashes through here, though. So I think I probably need to check here and just trade it and grab this pawn. That's got to be right. It's got to be the right way to do it. I'm going to take with a bishop first, so I've still got the option, but it's got to be right to trade. We threaten checkmate if he doesn't, so he has. So I can grab the pawn, but I presume just take, take, take here. Say he takes, we can just step the king up. This is going to be lost, or maybe we go here then and blast it. It's got to be right to do it this way, I think. I'm just going to push this pawn forward. Got to pay attention here, but we've got the extra piece. We've got a bishop and a pawn, haven't we? So an extra piece and an extra pawn. He's played it far too quick out of the opening, but it's still created a very dangerous game. But he's played it far too quick. So if he pushes on here, we actually guard the pawn. So here, down, take, rook takes, just take. And then there is no rook check, is there? And rook down, we can move the bishop. So I think rook across looks a sensible move. Okay, and I'll just king up. Maybe I even go here as well, because the bishop guards the pawn. Now we stop the king coming in, and I can just run up and collect. Down here, take. Okay, that's a good move. I couldn't really stop that. Here, down. I couldn't really stop that, but once he pushes, I can blockade, I guess. But I'll have to take here. Okay, so what about rook across? Is that dangerous? It is. Let's go here so we stop this and we try and release the rook. So I presume I go here. Does it matter here or here? We threaten a check or a check. That's what I really need though, isn't it? So I'm actually going to go this side and I'm going to try and go after these. If I get one, the other will fall. But I'll throw a check in first and kick the king back somewhere. But he can come across here and try and get these two. I maybe can't stop that. Up, trade, trade, rook takes. They're all traded off. If I can just get this one pawn, it should be comfortable, but it's still a big if. Okay, he's done well. He's seen the concept, so he's seen what's coming. Let's still throw a check in. Okay, so I can go here after this, or I can go here after this. I do have a check, but then these pawns are quick. So I'm looking at going here instead, but then it concedes a file. It's too dangerous, isn't it? Too dangerous. Let's just drop back and try and connect a pawn. Collect a pawn. That's the one I want though. C4 is the one we need. If that goes, the other one goes. But I can't sacre it otherwise without giving up the rook. So it's still far from easy. Yeah, he's pushed there, so he's fixing this. So I'm going to take this, but he's got to defend this. Oh, and he hasn't. He hasn't. Well, that should be comfortable now then. We just take this and then he's never going to be able to defend this one. So just drop back and it should be good now. It should be. Now that's gone. Okay, now I can step forward. Okay. I'm just going to check here, and if forward check. He's gone back, so I can drive him to the back rank now. I don't want to blunder some nonsense here though. That's got to be a good move. Here, maybe just drop back. Yeah. Keep the pin tight down and run the king around eventually. Go forward. It's actually a checkmate threat now because he can't step forward. Oh, he's missed it. That's actually a back rank checkmate, but it was a dangerous game, wasn't it? Dangerous game. Let's see how we played it in engine language. So we'll just see how we played this one in engine speak. So there was 50 moves. They're the move times for both players. So let's just request an analysis. I'll just click my little heater down there, but it's quite mild today for a winter's day. Oh, we played a pretty decent game. 96% versus 90% accuracy. So it's not flagged any blunders there, just one blunder by opponent, which was actually here on move 16. So let's just have a quick flick through. We're just trying to develop, challenge for the center, get castled. Yeah, it's a very odd way that he's played the opening here. It's very unusual to play h6 early on like this. He might be simply looking at guarding the bishop, but it's a bit unusual way to play it here. Yeah, I should have played e4 and challenged directly for the center instead of trading. And then we're just coming up to the blunder now. It allows us to take the knight, doesn't it? That's right. So 2 pieces for rook in principle should be good. And we're now +5, and we've stayed basically that for the rest of the game. Now here, was it correct to take the rook as we did? That was okay, but yeah, I should have taken the pawn, but it leaves the queen on the board, so there's a hit here immediately. But the engine is saying no, there's no actual way through, so just do it. So take here. If you take here, I guess I've got check and I collect the rook next move. So it was correct to take there, but a little bit safer to get the queen off is what I judged it. Yeah, I'm just trying to smash all these pawns up here. Now he did do well here. Got 2 pawns connected, but he wasn't able to keep them. That was the key. So we played this pretty decently here. Then he's just missed the fact that it's a checkmate at the end, but basically the game was already over there. So, but it's not a bad effort, was it? Look at the baseline accuracy figures, so not bad at our level.